So Riot released that new cinematic yesterday, and oh my god, that was fantastic. A New Dawn is what it's called if you want to go watch the full cinematic. It's by far the best one that Riot has come up with yet. But to be honest, cinematics are a kind of dumb thing in the video game industry at first glance. Don't get me wrong, I love them. I love all of Riot's cinematics, all of Blizzard's. There's so many impressive ones out there that continue to amaze all sorts of fans. But cinematics themselves don't really do much for their video games that's directly related to the video games they're supposed to be promoting. Fights showcased in a cinematic aren't anything like the fights you have in-game. Sometimes even the stories told in cinematics are completely separate from the games they're portraying. Like, take a look at the Dead Island cinematic. It was a fantastic short movie, a fantastic YouTube video, and a fantastic trailer, but the game wasn't anything like that. If the cinematic was meant to showcase the upcoming video game, the way that trailers are supposed to do for other media like movies, then it did a pretty poor job. There wasn't any sort of huge moral story, the game didn't tug at your heartstrings the way the cinematic did, it didn't have any of the people as main characters or as relevant characters or anything, and the game didn't have a super strong story at all the way that the trailer did. I mean, it was a fun game for some people, average for many others due to all the bugs, but the point is that cinematic didn't really have much to do with the game itself. That's what cinematics are really meant to do though, not showcase anything with the game, just sort of get fans hyped. They're more of a fan service than anything else, something to showcase emotions that are yet to come through exaggeration. Like, do you guys remember that book, The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien? You may have read it in high school, I think I read it my sophomore or junior year, but anyway, for those of you who haven't heard of it, it's a collection of short stories about a platoon of American soldiers in the Vietnam War, loosely based around Tim O'Brien's own experiences in the Vietnam War. He tells all sorts of stories about what happens to these characters, and the book became massively successful for drawing all sorts of emotions out of readers everywhere when it was first released. It intentionally blurs the lines between what actually happened with his own experiences over in Vietnam and what happens to the characters all throughout the stories. After its release, people began asking questions: how much of it was real? How much of it was fiction? Was all of this made up? Was the Vietnam War like this at all? When questioned about it though, Tim O'Brien responded in a brilliant way, saying, "That's what fiction is for. It's for getting at the truth when the truth isn't sufficient for the truth." Meaning that things may have been exaggerated, stories may have been fantasized, and some of it may have been purely made up, but that's all to get the reader to feel the same sorts of emotions that he felt when he was experiencing the war firsthand. Okay, this may be a bit of a stretch for a comparison, but essentially that's what cinematics are meant to do. Video games at face value are nothing like the cinematics that are made for them. Fights in League of Legends aren't like action scenes here, similar almost to movie standards, but the sorts of emotions and reactions you have when watching this cinematic are the same sorts of things that you're going to feel on the emotional roller coaster that is even just one ranked game of League of Legends. If you were to take all the emotions of your League of Legends career and condense them into a 6-minute video, that video would probably be a really badass cinematic like this. At least that's the way that I view things. I'm super happy to see that Riot's continuing to do awesome fan service, devoting time and effort into creating awesome content like this. They don't have to do this, you know, this isn't meant to be some sort of marketing ploy, there isn't anything that they're promoting by releasing this, it's just for fun and to keep fans excited about what they'll experience in their next game of solo queue, and I'm certainly very appreciative for it. Anyway, I guess I'm starting to fanboy now, so I'll go ahead and wrap up by saying thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in tomorrow's daily, but until then, good luck in solo queue and have a wonderful day.